Alright guys, figure I'd sit down for a second so you guys can see me. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a haircut. I'm going to try to do it the simplest way I can because I'm a hairstylist. I'm not going to get on too many technical terms or big details. This baby's already had a haircut. This is just my baby that had the most hair that's in my personal collection. I didn't make this one, but I figured I'd just show you guys this way. Let me move you over so you can see her instead of me so much. Okay, I am left-handed, so take that into consideration. So basically I want you guys need to make it nice and wet. Make sure all of it's evenly wet. Like you can't have one side drier than the other or anything like that. So wet everything down. Make sure you get all the knots out, because if you leave a knot, that piece is going to end up being longer than everything else. So comb all the hair down all the way around the head. Go with whatever the cowlicks you guys have put in there, in the crown or anything. Make sure that's combed in the proper direction. Alright, so what you want to do first, would be easiest, I guess, to explain, would be to do the perimeter all the way around the hairline at the bottom, like the length, basically. So if you can push their heads down, it's a little better so you don't get long pieces, which is why she has longer pieces underneath, because her head wasn't pushed down very far. Of course, you can't really make her push her chin down because she's not real. But anyways, push the hair down, whatever length you're wanting. Push against the body as close as you can. If you're going to have the head on. I mean, that's if you do it afterward. If you're just doing the head, it's kind of hard to do. To do it, your best bet would be probably to go ahead and put the head on the baby and then put like a towel or something around the baby. So it's just easier than trying to hold the head and cut it. Unless you have like a little stand you can put the head on. Anyways, hold it against the head all the way down, whatever length you're wanting, and then cut either straight across if it's longer hair. But if you're doing a short-haired baby, like newborn size, you want to try to cut in like this. And go out your fingers, because you will snip your fingers. And that just gives it a little jagged, soft look, so it doesn't look like they've actually gotten a haircut. And then you just want to work your way around the head. For the back, you want to go, for a newborn, probably like a little below the hairline, like middle of the neck, and work your way up. And then the side, you got to decide where you want the length on the sides. In her case, they're past her ears, because she's a little bit older. Newborn baby, you might want to take it up to the middle of the ear. And then you're just combing it straight flat down to her head, just like you did in the back. And then just go in. If it's a newborn baby, like I said, just jaggedy go in there. Or you can use one of those razor combs that I think Bountiful Baby and places sell. If you want to use that, you'll just go in with that and you'll just pull down on it. And that'll cut it to wherever you want her length on her side. Then comb it towards her face. And do the same thing. Take a little bit off like that. You can always go back in and take more. Less is more, I always say, with cutting hair, especially on a doll, because it's not going to grow back. So just take a little bit at a time, okay? Then you'll do the other side. And of course you want the sides a little shorter than the back, just like any of us when we grow hair. Our back hairline's clear down to here, and on the sides we only have hair to here. So of course the sides are going to be shorter, unless you're doing a bob or something like that on a doll. If you guys have any questions, you can always message me. I'm happy to help out anybody that wants to do bangs or on a wig or anything like that. I'll help you guys out if you need help. Same with this side. I hope I have turned her far enough. Sorry, guys. Side, you want to pull it forward. And this baby doesn't have that great of a haircut, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not really cutting hers. I'm just showing you guys. And then just go in and then work your way up. Make sure you're not cutting her bangs yet. You only want to cut to like right in where this hair is going to touch right at the edge of her eyebrow. Okay? Then you're going to do her bangs. In this baby's case, the artist left the bangs longer so that I could flip these bangs over and clip them into a pin. So it's kind of preference. Mohair is going to shrink just like human hair, anywhere from 1 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So you got to be careful with that too. So jag it again, unless it's bangs that you want straight across with a, say like a wig or something. With the wig, I always say do it in layers. Each layer with the wig, you would want to do the first layer down, then you would want to bring the next layer down and make it a smidge longer, like just 1/8 of an inch longer, and the next layer, same thing, because it's going to shrink up and it's going to look real jaggedy. But I can always, if you guys are interested, I can always do a video on wigs too. Okay, so we got the perimeter done all the way around, her bangs, everything, okay? So, then you're going to want to go to her crown, pull a section up, straight up from her head. Now, in a newborn baby, you're probably going to take it down to like 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches. This one has longer hair because she's an older baby. And this, you don't have to jagged really, so you just cut across. Make sure your fingers are straight across. And then you're going to pull all the hair out and like do little sections. Pull it out from the head, snip it, and then the next section you should be able to pull out because their heads are pretty small. You should be able to see where you cut that piece in the length and then just snip that piece off. But make sure you can see your guide. Make sure you can see your little length piece and your layers. If you can't see your guide from the piece you cut before, then your pieces are too wide. You need to go a little bit smaller. So then you should be able to see your guide from the first piece we cut and then just do the same thing. Pull it out straight out from the head. You want the head to be rounded. You want the haircut to be rounded because it's a new baby. Their hair grows all out of this head the same length. I mean, not necessarily, some babies are bald in places and stuff, but you know what I mean. So then pull it straight out from her head and then just work your way down. I'm not cutting her, you guys will notice, because I'm like not wanting to cut her hair because I like her length. And now say she had a big knot here, and if we just skipped over that knot, then when you finally comb it out, you're going to end up with a big long chunk because there was a knot in there. So you got to make sure you really get the knots out. And you might have to re-wet it a few times. All right. Once you did the back, then you're going to go to the side and you're going to find your guide back here that you cut already. But you always want to let the length a little bit drop, because if you go down and you keep going down, you're going to cut all that weight right there, especially on the sides because they don't have as much hair on their sides. So you can see my length fell out. Snip. And then go down. Let that little bottom piece fall and then snip. And then this piece towards the face, go ahead and pull it back to that last piece you cut and then snip. But always let your bottom part drop. That way you're not taking all the length off. And then you do the other side. Get all them knots out, because I know mohair, it loves to mat up. Find your guide up here on this back part here from your last piece. Snip. Pull it out. Snip. You sit way better than my little kid customers at work. And then your little guide fell out. You can see it fell. So you're not cutting that off. Snip. And then pull the side back to that last piece. Because what you want to do is keep some weight in there because there's not a lot of hair right there. And then pull it back. Snip. Alright, oh, that's my baby in the oven. She'll be okay for another minute. Okay, and then you're going to do the top. I don't know what's the easiest way to show you guys the top. Let me turn her this way. Okay, so you already have your bangs cut, and you already cut your layer back here. So all you're doing is taking a little mohawk section, about a 1/2 inch wide, pull it straight up from her head. And you'll see your piece you cut, and then just keep it straight from her head because her head's flat right here. Because back here you're going with the shape of the head, so it's going round, but up here your head's flat. And then you're going to pull it up, and then you'll see the bangs are longer, because that's the way we wanted them on her. And then you just cut your piece you already cut, and then your bangs, and blend it. Don't cut that very front piece, because then your bangs are going to be super short. Alright, and then you do the next section, and go ahead and pull it up, and pull it to the middle section that you already cut. And you'll see her bangs are falling out, because remember, her bangs are longer. So you got to angle your finger up so you're not taking them bangs off. I mean, normally on some babies it'll be the same length, so you don't have to angle it. But with her, we want longer bangs. Then you're going to take the side that you already cut and the top that you already cut. And you're going to pull it straight out from the head. And it's going to be curved a little because it's on the side. And there'll be a little piece. And then you'll just cut that. And that's going to blend the two parts together. And then you do the same for this piece. But make sure you pull it back a little bit. Because like I said, we don't have as much hair here. So we don't want a big hole. You got to be careful with that behind the ear too, that you make sure that guide drops, because you have that hole in your side right here in the back of your head that there's no hair usually. Well, this doll has it, but normally there's no hair, so you want to make sure you don't end up with that hole. Then you'll do this side. Normally you turn it, but I'll just do it showing you guys this way. Pull it straight up, find your little guide, cut. Pull it up, and then you'll see her bangs falling down. Blend it. And then out from the head, there's that little point. Cut. pull this side back, pull it out and up, and cut. And that's all there is to it. And then you can check your haircut to make sure it's all even. Make sure you didn't leave one side longer. Just pull the sides down, make sure they're the same on both sides of her head. Do the same in the back. And then you can put your hands in and pull it out on the sides like that, and you'll notice if your one side's like long, pulling out more than the other, you might have missed a piece. It's just some pretty hair when it's curly. I've never made it curly. Since I got her, I've left it in the style that the lady got her. I think one time I set it with rollers, but she got some cute hair. But anyways, there's little Miss Maisie. All done. Ooh, I got it. Wait a minute. Sorry, guys. There's a message in a way. So, like I said, if any of you guys have questions, need help, just give me a holler. Just message me. You can message me on my Facebook, or you can message me on my doll page, and I'd be happy to help anybody or walk you through, do a Facebook Live and walk you through. Say you want to do a wig. Wigs are a little harder because the hair is so straight, and the way they're put into the wig, a lot of times they're not put in evenly as rooted, actually. And a lot of times it's so straight it looks choppy. So wigs are really hard, a lot harder than actually doing mohair on a baby. So I hope this helped you guys out. Like I said, any questions, just find me on Facebook. Bye, guys.